it's also inclusive of the things that we are afraid of. Love in of itself cannot be captured into one slipstream of expression and one way of being and contained in a way that keeps it just focused on one person in one way or two people in one way in a particular template that has been created by humans, by men, by patriarchal men and women, by colony, by the colonized, by the empire. Love exists in the tears. It exists in the sweat on a pushing your body through all of its limitations on a daily exercise or training jaunt. It's the tears of knowing of your goodbyes and knowing you may never see that person again. And also in the expression of tears of knowing how much gratitude and love you have for this moment with the people that you're sharing it with and with what's happening right now. It's leaning into the despair and the feeling of vulnerability that we don't know what's the next step. It's the strength that comes through the dark night. It's the pain that you see across your children's faces when they haven't been welcomed and accepted in their social circles, or the struggles that they face having to contort themselves into a system and an ideology that you know has broken you over and over again. Love is part of the human. Love is part of the life. And we need to move away from this binary, single vision view that true love can only be contained within a soulmate or a twin flame. That love can only be contained when we're married, when we have that piece of paper in the eyes of a so-called man-made God. We are not bound to live with love in one way. Love in itself and intimacy in itself and the expression of that love and intimacy crosses all borders in all relationships. We can date our friends. We can date our children in a platonic way. We can show up with gratitude and deep love and reverence for somebody who's just shown us their most amazing life and humanity when we pass them in the street. We can actually be extremely humbled and grateful and touched by a meeting with your children's school teacher who have shown connection and support and appreciation for being part of raising your child. We can have that with any amount of people in our workplace where there's connection, when there's vulnerability, when there's this sense of belonging and community and care for one another. It does not need to be in the form of a marriage, of sexual relations, of intimacy in which we see on the television. This sexualized way of loving and living in this binary connection, this binary way. It can be free flowing. It can be between friends. It can be between lovers.